So, you guys, our girly pop over here is going to tell us how she got denied GLP-1. Oh boy. And I cut a lot of this video out to the point because she is showing us Dawn dish soap that she bought. Who gives a fuck? We know what that shit looks like. She's showing us her air fryer. Nobody cares. She was showing us her, what's this called? Tupperware container. It's a girl. No, no. So tell us about how active you are as a person without telling us how active you are as a person. Yeah. So most of the vlog was nothing but a whole bunch of fillers that nobody asked for. So anyways, enough of my rant. Let's get into it.
I initially was going to take a break, but with time and reflecting, I have decided I'm not going to take that break. I don't really know if
What she means is she thought that the newest victim, or it could be Emily, or the newest victim was going to come to visit her. And I don't know if they learned a bit about a girly pop over here and backed out of the whole deal. Because apparently the only time that MB takes time off over here is when a new victim is on the scene. But yeah, let's continue.
Schedule is going to be the same. I have zero promises. I'm just going to wing it for right now because cellulitis is very scary. And for those who don't know what it is literally just a skin infection that can get in a tiny little naked to the eye tear, like, because I don't have anything on my legs, on my feet, nothing like that. So when I was in the flood, that's the only thing that makes sense because it was the night before I got it. Flood water is really, really dirty.
In my personal opinion, she had a cut on her foot, even if it's slight scratch. Apparently they can, with our cellulitis, they can really mess you up. But of course she's not going to admit that. And apparently cleanliness is part of that too, where you end up with infection from cellulitis. And of course she's not going to admit that. But apparently she used to like blaming Rarity. But since she let Rarity go, who's she going to blame now for cellulitis?
And my skin is sensitive, obviously. But that skin infection, if it's not taken care of properly or quickly, it can actually get into your blood and become a blood infection and you could die from it. So it's like I was filming and vlogging for a whole week. And normally when I have cellulitis, in the past when I went to school, in the past when I worked, I didn't.
What school did she go to? The only school, well, we know high school, yeah. But what other school? The only school I know of, she went to college for 3 months before dropping out because she couldn't hack it. So what the hell is she talking about?
Not go to school with cellulitis. I did not go to work with cellulitis. I always had a doctor's note because it's not.
What job is she talking about? Is she talking about the job that she got with Destiny in Florida? Most of the time she was volunteering. What's she talking about? I think they hired her towards the end before they moved to Kentucky. And then she got a job with Destiny. After Destiny got a job, of course, she can do shit by herself. She ended up quitting that job within like 3 months. What job is she talking about? And that was a desk job, huh?
Something that you need to mess with. But like, as I've gotten older, I noticed that my cellulitis flare-ups are like not as extreme. So that's why I still went to bingo. I still went to the movies with my mom. I still did those things, but like I was still feeling under the weather. So even just filming was hard for me, but I did it because I was like, I'm not gonna like not do it because this is my schedule and I genuinely have been enjoying it. And I know a lot of you have as well.
Amber. Not really. That's why I don't cover most of your vlogs because I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You were about ready to abandon your members and your subscribers because you thought a new girly pop was gonna come and visit you. Now you enjoy it. Didn't you like tell us that you're gonna quit YouTube again not even like a week ago? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, and also she never, from what I saw, if I remember correctly, she never addresses the fact that YouTube took down the video where she was literally trying to guilt trip and dry begging people to not drop their membership and people to join her memberships because it was going to help her pay for this GLP. Yeah, she's not going to talk about that at all.
But I do have bad news. If you guys have been watching my videos, I first talked about it in my weigh-in where I talked about how I'm thinking about going back on a GLP-1, which is a weight loss injection. And then in my What I Ate Today video, I talked more about like where I'm at with that. The provider on there messaged me a bunch of questions. I'm going to show you guys the screenshots because I'm genuinely upset. So Zepbound was actually what I was going to be trying because it's great. It's one of the most effective weight loss injections, actually.
Like, somebody at her size with all these health issues, she doesn't actually see a provider. She does it over the phone. What the fuck? What? She doesn't actually go in to see a doctor. This is insane.
So the provider actually messaged me with a bunch of questions because I have done semaglutide 3 times and they never asked me about like my gallbladder health. You fill out this like questionnaire.
But apparently the 4 times she was on Ozempic or similar to Ozempic, she went through a med spa. So a med spa, you can just order the stuff and they ship it to you. They don't ask you 10,000 questions. They just want your money. So yeah.
And obviously you're going to be honest in it. And I said how in the past I have had gallbladder problems. And so they ended up messaging me all these questions also about like my cancer and about my gallbladder. So I responded. They denied me.
Okay. My gut instinct is telling me that they said no, you need to actually go in person and talk to an actual provider, your actual family doctor. We're not going to do this over the phone, especially her size. I think her size has everything to do with it. They probably told her you need to go and see your actual family doctor in person. That's my gut instinct. That's what I'm getting from this.
They denied me. I couldn't even believe it. I felt like I was punched in the heart, kicked in the gut, slapped in the face. Someone took my eyeball out. I was shitting, pissing, crying, and puking. What does Gen Z say? I'm over there puking in the corner. I was devastated. I just thought it would be easier to go through this telehealth company, but I might like see my physical provider. Like
Amber, again, with your health, with your size, you need an overall tip to nose. Is that what they do when you take your cats in? Tip to nose inspection before they okay for anything. You can just expect, well, unless if we go back to the med spa, they just don't care. But I highly doubt any actual doctor with some self-respect will just hand you medication over the phone without actually meeting up with you. So I don't think Amber ever actually met up with an actual doctor in eons, to be fair with you guys.
person that I see in person, so then maybe they can like look at my gallbladder again and tell me like, can I go back on this injection? Like, aren't we supposed to be focusing on what risks are more like dire? Me having gallbladder problems is not going to kill me. I mean, it can, but my weight is going to be the issue here.
Okay, I'm gonna call her shit on this. Amber's weight is only used for content. She doesn't care about her weight. Honestly, let's be for real. If she was actually scared for her health, she's actually scared for her health, okay, good. But she should have been concerned for her health, especially during the Destiny era, considering how much weight she put on in that short amount of time. She did not care. I highly doubt that she cares now. I don't believe her. I'm sorry, I don't believe her.
So I wanted to respond and I wanted to just be like, aren't we supposed to be focusing on like saving my life? Like, I don't understand. I just didn't reply.
And you know, Amber, in the meanwhile, there are things that you can also do to help yourself, like eating healthier, like forcing yourself to go for walks. I don't care if you can only walk for like a minute at a time and you have to take a break. Start out that way. You're looking for this magic pill that is never gonna come. You yourself also on your end are still gonna have to put in some work. She's looking for an easy solution. There's no such thing. I mean, the GPL, whatever it's called, it will aid you in your weight loss, but you're still gonna have to put in the work. I don't think she fully understands that, honestly.
I mean, they gave me the freedom to continue asking questions, but really, what is there for me to ask at this point? So obviously in the screenshots, I'm like crossing off the doctor's name. So as much as I hate the fact that I was denied, I do love the fact that they're diligent in their shit. Like, no one else has ever asked me about medical history in that regard. I would still give them a 5-star rating if I had to choose, because I love the diligence. Like, that's important to have. I just hate the choice that they made. 2 things can happen at once. Ugh, I'm just so upset. Like,
yes, we know, Amber. 2 things can happen at once. You can pretend that you care about your weight while you continue to work your way towards 600 pounds. Yes, we know. 2 things can happen at once. So anyways, you guys, so this is where I cut off the video, and then she goes to show us her Legos. Oh yeah, exciting life, you guys. She shows us her Lego, how she loves the new Lego she's working on. I think it's like a dinosaur or something like that. It's like, girl, nobody cares. No one cares, in the words of Eric Cook. But yeah, I'm not gonna let you guys suffer through all of this the rest of my video. That's the only parts I wanted to give my opinion on, and that's it for this one. I will catch you guys in the next video later. Bye bye.